Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your girl CHISALA. My eyebrows itching, but I have to keep a straight face. And Shane Dawson just entered the chat. Welcome to my YouTube channel.
Running through these checks like the ones on my shoes.
So it's True Crime Tuesday, and every True Crime Tuesday, I definitely explain a true crime story that had happened in the past, recently, or whenever. Because I'm interested in true crime, and it's just like fascinating, like how the hell these things happening under people's noses. What the hell is going on here? If you're interested in true crime, you might as well just subscribe and join your girl over here, and we can solve these mysteries together. Hi, detective. So Detective C over here, that's me. I went to the internet, as everybody does, and I was like, I've like heard of like murderers and whatever, and they solve these cases because like, nigga, you're not that smart. But then I wanted like unsolved mysteries, you know? So we're going to address 7 unsolved mysteries, because like the things that happened in these stories, my guys, I was like, what? I'm so sorry for my extra actions. Sometimes I just feel like I should be extra. I'm sorry. Let's start with the true crime. So the first true crime happened right here in Mazarasha. Dyatlov. This is how Russians would say it. So now the Dyatlov Pass incident. So this happened on the 25th of January 1959 when 9 students who are Russian embarked on a journey across the Otuten Mountains, which are near the Ourang Mountains. Now these students were going for a ski resort. You know how it is in Russia, it's cold, you just want to ski. So these 9 students were due to be at the resort like 8 days prior, but then when they noticed that after 8 days they hadn't arrived, they were like, wait a minute, this is fishy. So they sought out a search party to find the kids. So after searching for these missing mountaineers, finally, but unfortunately, on the 25th of February, they had found mountains that had been pitched on the Mountain of the Dead. It's called Golatsiako or something. Anyway, that's in an ancient Serbian language. It means Mountain of the Dead. So when they found these tents, they went inside and realized that the inside parts of the tents had been ripped apart, suggesting that these people had actually tried to escape from inside the tent. Okay, and when they saw the footprints, because obviously snow footprints was up, the footprints suggested that these people had run away not in shoes, but in socks. 2 sets of footprints that led the search party to find the first 2 bodies. When they found the first 2 bodies, the 2 men were found naked, only in their underwear, beside a fire that had obviously burnt out, and under like an Asian pine tree. And the branches of the Asian pine tree looked like they had been like cut off, like ripped, you know? So that indicated that the 2 men tried to climb up the tree, running away from whatever it is that they were scared of. 350 yards just away from that body was found the body of an engineering student who was 23, Igor Dyatlov, in which the name was actually named. The incident where it happened, they named it the Dyatlov Pass incident. Now you get it. Dyatlov, 3 more bodies were found under 4 inches of snow, and then after that, 200 yards from those bodies were found 2 bodies also that were 2 feet away from each other in a straight line. That suggested that they must have been crawling towards one another, towards the tent, for safety. Months after the initial search had begun, the rest of the bodies were found under 15 inches of snow, and 15 feet of snow, sorry, and they had like succumbed to this cold. When they were doing the postmortem of these bodies, they found so many anomalies, and they were like, this is not normal. Basically, some of the bodies were found fully clothed, the others were found part naked, some of them were like naked completely, and then one serious case of a woman who had a missing tongue and missing eyes. Woman was Ludmila Dubinina. And another weird thing was that some of these bodies, like, they had wounds internally but not externally, and it's very, unless you are crushed or something, it's very hard to have internal wounds and not external wounds. It's very unusual. Of course, people came up with so many serious theories concerning all these things that happened on the Mountain of the Dead that night. Like, was it like a Russian military test program? Were they aliens? Was it the Yeti? Like, all these were theories that people came up with because they were like, this doesn't make any sense. Unfortunately, none of these theories can like really add up, like what might have happened on the Dyatlov Pass incident. So it still remains an unsolved mystery. So the second unsolved mystery is Bela in the Witch Elm. On April 18th, 1943, 4 boys went poaching in the Hagley Woods. And so they found a witch elm, which is a tree they thought that would make a great place for their bird hunting. 15-year-old Bob Farmer climbed up, and he wanted to like set the net and everything, but then he discovered a grisly mystery. So what he found inside the tree was skeletons of a woman. They suggested it was a woman because she had hair, like patches of the scalp that was left had hairs on it. The whole skeleton was whole and intact except for a hand that was missing. And so the kids, obviously, you would be frightened if you saw this, right? So they swore a pact of silence, and then they went to their merry ways separately. Not merry, obviously, they were probably very traumatized. So they went away separately. Then one of the kids was very scared, the youngest, who reported this to his dad, and the dad told the police. When the police went to investigate, they found the body right there and the missing arm and everything, and they identified the body might have belonged to a woman from 35 to 40 years old. And the evidence that they found suggested that she was killed ritualistically, and she had been there for at least 18 months. However, though, they did not know who the body belonged to, what it was doing there, who put it there. These were just theories that it was a ritualistic killing. So the mystery was never solved, and the locals in the area, they named this person that was found there Bela. So there was so much graffiti everywhere in the city saying who put Bela in the Witch Elm. And up to date, the mystery still remains. No one knows who Bela is. No one knows who killed her. So the Pollock twins, in 1957, Joanna and Jacqueline, the Pollock twins, were tragically killed with their friend in a road accident on their way to church in Northumberland, England. So Joanna and Florence, their parents, were really grieved by this news. I mean, won't be grieved. And then so they prayed for like daughters again. They were like, we want daughters, please. So their prayer was answered, and they got daughters, Jennifer and Jillian. So weirdly enough and surprising enough for the parents, Jennifer had birthmarks at the exact same places as Jacqueline had, like the twin that died. So it was like, it's a bit crazy, you know? You're like, oh, this is not right, but it's already weird that you have birthmarks everywhere, same as your dead sister. The twins also started asking for toys that like the other twins used to play with, for example, toys they've never seen before, toys the parents have never mentioned. The twins would also talk about going to school, the same school that Jacqueline and Joanna had gone to. They would be like, we've been to that school. They would have memories of playing at the playground at them. So the parents were like, hell, what the hell? The case was studied by Dr. Ian Stevenson, and he was like, this is crazy. He's a psychologist, so he's like, this is crazy. But then when the daughters, Jillian and Jennifer, turned 5, all the memories disappeared, and then they didn't have any memories of anything weird. Like, they just went on to live their normal lives. So everything's good. People believe that they were reincarnates of the other sisters. Case number 4, the Dutch SS Ourang Medan. I'm trying so hard to be dramatic here. Please help. So in June 1947, many ships sailing between Sumatra and Malaysia had received a distress signal, which was simple and terrifying. So this is what it said, and I'm going to read because I didn't have time to like memorize like what they said. Like, no. All officers, including captain, are dead, lying in chart room and bridge, possibly whole crew dead. And this was suddenly followed by this weird saying, I die. Then like silence, dead silence. This distress call was picked up by 2 American ships, 1 British and 1 Dutch ship, and they believed that the signal was coming from a Dutch freighter called the SS Ourang Medan, hence the name of the mystery. So the American ship was first to arrive at the scene, and what awaited them is crazy. Well, the decks of the vessels, you know, of a ship, they were littered with corpse, and their eyes were all open. They had like a very scared face, and their arms were like held out like as if trying to avoid. This ship obviously tried to like tow the deck back to the shore, but then as they were doing this, they noticed that there's smoke coming out from the lower decks of the SS Ourang Medan. So they were like, what the hell? Then the ship exploded and it sank. And so what the hell happened there? They couldn't even do like proper investigation because it sank. Number 5, the wow signal. So back in the day, 2 physicists, okay, they tried to formulate how aliens would signal us if they were to want to communicate with us, okay? And so they said, radio transmissions. And they're like, okay, cool, we should listen out for radio transmissions. And 18 years later, these 2 physicists, Philip Morrison and his name Giuseppe Cocconi, he's probably Italian, predictions came true. Like, they received a signal. So Jerry Ehrman, a volunteer for the Ohio State University at the Big Ear, which is search for extraterrestrial intelligence. Anyway, so one day, Jerry's measurements spiked on the 15th of August 1977. Something actually happened. you know? Imagine sitting there for 10 years, nothing happens, but you still get paid, but nothing happens. Then finally, this transmission was long and it was loud. It lasted for 72 seconds. That's long enough for extraterrestrial connection. We don't need anything further than that. So it lasted for 72 seconds, and it was coming from the Sagittarius constellation, from the star Tau Sagittari. What's up, my Sags? Get this. It was 120 light years away. Guys, I don't know about you, but that sounds pretty old. That sounds ancient. Like 120 light years? That sounds far. We have such technology to listen 120 light years away from here, and we still can't download food. Pick it up, human race, pick it up. This one is not even scary at all. So what this guy did was he heard the signal, and then like on the transcription, like they obviously transcribed it on a paper, he wrote wow, and so it's called the wow signal, and then it has never been heard again. Therefore, we do not know about its real origins, or will we ever know, because it hasn't been, the aliens don't want to communicate with us anymore. Number 6, Frederick Valentich. It was the night of October 21st, 1978, when Frederick Valentich, let's just call him Frederick, when Frederick left Melbourne for the King's Island for a 125-mile training course to the King's Island. So he left at night. Why? First of all, and he was flying on a single engine Cessna, whatever that is, those people that know planes. While flying, obviously at night alone, bad idea, my goodness. So while flying alone, he contacted the radio, the control station. He was like, yo, is there something else flying above me or around me? And they were like, no, we can see on the, that scanning thing, there is nothing flying close to you. So then he's like, oh no, but like I feel like there's something. They're like, no, we've confirmed it, trust me, there is nothing. 7 minutes later, after that call, Frederick was never seen or heard of again. Obviously this guy was afraid and scared for his life. He kept on talking to these people at the control station, like, guys, are you sure, like there is nothing? He described this thing to be cigar shaped, long and shiny. It had 4 lights and a green light, and he was like, I can see it flying towards me, guys. Are you sure you cannot see it? They're like, no, we cannot see it. And imagine, the fear in your heart, just like realizing like they can see it. It's only you. Interestingly, relating to this thing that had happened to Frederick, there were so many sightings of UFOs around the King's Island that day, that night. So yeah, we have speculations that the aliens might have abducted him. And the last words that Frederick had actually said to the controllers back that side were, it is not an aircraft. And then the line went flat, and Frederick knew the Cessna were never seen ever again. And so the mystery still stands. Where are they? Were they abducted? Is alien abduction real? Please comment below, because like I kind of think it's real. So please comment below what you think about alien abduction. Number 7, the man who vanished in thin air. I wish I had an edit to like make me vanish, but just pretend, use your imagination. So author and war hero Ambrose Bierce is more famous for his disappearance than his books. My phone just told me it's on 10%. And I'm using it to record. This sucks. So in 1913, this Ambrose person had told his friends that he was going to Mexico. He did not disclose the reason why he was going to Mexico, but then he just disappeared off the face of the earth. The weird thing about this was that he was actually searching about vanished people, like disappeared people that were never seen, like the case of Charles Ashmore. So it's like people were like, how the hell? So you might be wondering, Charles Ashmore, what? So this story goes back to the 1800s, the 1878 to be exact. So Ashley, why do I keep calling him Ashley? James Ashmore went from his farmhouse, family farmhouse. He wanted to go get water, to fetch some fresh water. You know how they used to do in the olden days. You have to go fetch your own water. You don't buy water service. Like, this does not happen here. Anyway, so he went to get water, and then he never returned home. So the family was like, wait a minute, he just went to get water. What the hell? So they went to search for him, and so snow had just fallen, right? And so you know how it is with snow. When you make a footstep, it's made. Like when you step on it, you make a footstep. So they searched for his footsteps, and they followed them until they disappeared completely. Like you just see footsteps. There's no tree, nothing. They disappear. Damn, that gave me chills just now. Let's go back to the Bierce guy. So the Bierce guy believed that he had this theory that people would fall into dimensional holes in which they would be trapped between life and death. Crazy, 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 crazy. And so people think that maybe he prophesied his own fate and he had fallen into one of these dimensional holes, trapped between life and death. And yeah, his disappearance up to now remains a mystery. Like, where could he be? So guys, that was it for the video. Oh my goodness, this place just became creepier to live in. Like right now I'm just like, Holy Spirit, where art thou? And tell me which story amused you and which story do you have a theory to, like what might have happened. If you do, please comment below. This was the comment for last video. Thank you so much for everybody that commented and that watches my videos. I appreciate you guys so much, so much. I'm now hungry, like really hungry. Like what the hell? And my voice is gone. Where did it go? Another unsolved mystery. Okay guys, I'll see you later. I love you. God bless. Take care of yourselves. Don't go around doing weird things. Please stay close to people. I love you. Bye.